You get out of your car, and then what happens? You get hijacked. The area that I live in, people's cars are getting hijacked from their driveways. No, it doesn't sound like a flat tire. And you realize you have this in your tire. A water bottle, a soda bottle in your wheel well, like this, next to your tire. Most people, when they're walking into their vehicle or their...
Think your car is safe in a well-lit parking lot? Think again. Thieves have a cunning new trick involving just a plastic bottle that's already stolen hundreds of vehicles. In this video, learn why this small, innocent object could turn a normal day into a nightmare. The craziest part, most drivers have no idea until it's too late. Before we move on, I would like you to subscribe to the channel and like the video. Imagine you're backing out of a parking spot when suddenly you hear an unexpected crunching sound near one of your tires. Your first instinct is to stop and investigate. It might seem harmless, a natural reaction to something unusual, but this moment of curiosity could be all it takes for someone to steal your car. This isn't just a hypothetical situation. This is the basis of a real scam that's catching drivers completely off guard. And it starts with something as simple as a plastic bottle. Here's how it works. Thieves place an empty plastic bottle between your car tire and the inner fender on the passenger side. It's a spot less likely to catch your attention without a thorough inspection, and for most of us, it's completely out of sight when casually walking up to our vehicle. Once you start driving, the weight of the car presses down on the bottle, creating a loud crunching or popping sound. It's loud enough to make you stop and step out of your car to check for damage or identify what's causing the noise. The genius and danger of this scam lies in how it targets an almost universal human response. Most people rely on their instincts when something feels off, especially when it involves the safety of their vehicle. That noise triggers concern, and you react without fully assessing the situation. But while you're distracted, a thief hiding nearby sees their opportunity. In less than 60 seconds, they can steal your unattended vehicle or grab valuables before you even realize what's happening. Some reports describe thieves approaching the driver, pressing for information, or trying to escalate confusion while an accomplice quickly takes action. Escaping with your car becomes effortless when you're caught trying to piece everything together. What's even more unsettling is that drivers often fall for this because we're conditioned to trust certain routines. Most of us naturally assume unfamiliar sounds mean something is wrong mechanically. You exit the car thinking about a potential flat tire, a rock lodged in the wheel, or even damage to the bumper. The plastic bottle scam exploits this mindset by making the noise unavoidable, but not alarming enough to immediately scream fraud. For years, this scam has caught people by surprise, not because they were careless, but because this trick uses psychology against them. So how can you protect yourself if you encounter something like this? The first and most critical step is to stay inside your vehicle. If you hear an unusual noise while driving, resist the urge to exit immediately, especially if you're in an unfamiliar location. Instead, continue driving to a safe, well-populated area where you can investigate without risk. Contact the police if anything suspicious seems tied to the noise. Remember, most car theft tactics rely on creating vulnerabilities, and the simplest way to counter them is by minimizing exposure. This is just one of many scams targeting drivers by preying on their routines and reactions. Detecting unusual items, like a bottle near your tire, is just the beginning. Thieves have crafted new methods that go far beyond this, manipulating common situations in ways you might never expect. From parking lots to gas stations, these schemes are designed to exploit moments where your guard is down. And speaking of which, have you ever thought about what happens when just the sight of a dollar bill is enough to make you step out of your car? Let's talk next about the subtle tricks hiding in plain sight, and how to avoid losing more than just your trust. What would you do if you found cash tucked under your windshield wiper? For most people, it's an exciting and unexpected moment. Free money just sitting there, right? But that little discovery could be part of a well-planned scam to rob you. Criminals count on the fact that your curiosity will get the better of you. When you step out of the car to grab the cash, even just for a second, you leave your vehicle unlocked and unattended. That's all a thief needs. Whether they saw something valuable inside or are after the car itself, you're giving them exactly the chance they were waiting for. The windshield money trap has been reported in major cities like Atlanta and Chicago, often happening in parking lots where drivers tend to feel relatively safe. A single dollar bill, or sometimes even a fake 100, is placed right in the middle of your windshield where you can't miss it. It's positioned so you notice it just after you've started the car. You pull over or stop to inspect it, leaving yourself vulnerable. Thieves know this split-second decision works, particularly because most people leave the engine running while stepping out. Worse, some people have unknowingly grabbed counterfeit money from their windshields, which can create even bigger problems if they try to use it later. But that's far from the only clever scheme in parking lots and other everyday places. Another common tactic relies on flat tires. Thieves intentionally deflate or puncture one of your tires and then wait nearby. They watch as the low tire creates obvious trouble for you, forcing you to stop at some point. At this moment, the plan usually unfolds with one person, posing as a good Samaritan, approaching to help. While they keep you occupied, perhaps checking the air pressure or offering to change the tire, an accomplice can rifle through your unattended car. Sometimes thieves don't even bother with an accomplice. They simply wait until your focus is elsewhere and grab valuables themselves. Gas stations, places we use day in and day out, represent another hotspot for vehicle theft and fraud. Believe it or not, over 8,000 cars are stolen at pumps every year. Drivers are particularly vulnerable during moments of multitasking, thinking about squeezing in errands, pricing out gas, or maybe just reading messages on their phone. All it takes is leaving your door unlocked for a few seconds while you pump gas for an opportunistic thief to strike. Distraction tactics can also take creative forms here. Someone may approach to chat or even offer to pump your gas as a favor, all while an accomplice discreetly searches through your vehicle or steals it outright when your back is turned. Fuel theft isn't the only scam happening at the pump. Card skimming remains a huge issue, with reports of skimmers increasing by 39% in just 1 year. These devices are designed to blend into card readers, making them nearly impossible to spot on first glance. When your card is swiped, your payment information is copied and sent to the thieves, who then rack up fraudulent charges with it. According to the Florida Department of Agriculture and Consumer Services, one skimmer alone can yield thieves up to $1 million in stolen funds. For drivers, the consequences can range from drained accounts to weeks spent sorting out stolen identities and reversing fraudulent charges. Avoiding pay at the pump options or using a credit card instead of a debit card can go a long way in stopping this from happening. So how do you protect yourself in all these situations? The key is developing habits that minimize exposure to risk. Always lock your car doors, even when you think you'll only be a second. Stay aware of your surroundings, particularly in parking lots and gas stations. If approached by a stranger, keep your guard up and avoid leaving valuables in plain sight. Carrying essentials like a portable air compressor not only saves time, but also removes the need for outside help during a tire emergency. And when it comes to payment, walking inside to pay for gas might feel inconvenient, but it's safer than risking a card skimmer or some high-tech fraud scheme. The truth is, these scams work because they slip seamlessly into the most ordinary moments of your day. But thieves aren't relying solely on clever distraction tactics anymore. With modern technology, they're taking things even further, targeting not just your car security, but also your key fob, its VIN, and even your digital footprint. It's a whole new world of threats. Let's talk about what to watch for next. The most dangerous scams aren't just about stealing cars. They're about exploiting your trust and daily habits. Thieves count on routine moments, like checking a noise or grabbing money off your windshield to override caution. Nearly 1 in 4 drivers falls victim to these crimes in their lifetime, proving just how widespread and preventable they are. By arming yourself with knowledge, staying alert, and practicing simple precautions like locking your doors and monitoring your surroundings, you can turn your car into a fortress. Protecting yourself starts with awareness, so don't let criminals outsmart you. Stay vigilant, stay safe, and check the description for more tips.